Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Lala Riri Jewelry. So right now I am currently working on a necklace. It is a custom order, and I've already started on it. I am really freestyling this necklace. It's nothing that I've made before, so I wanted to come to you guys and show you the process of me making this necklace. I've already started on it, so it won't be a full DIY, but I will try to explain to you guys what I've done so far. So far I've taken just a regular piece of felt, and first I started off splitting the felt in half. And this was the first piece that I cut out, which after I glued the chain down and everything, I felt that it was too big. So I went back with the other half of felt and cut this out. And how I got this shape was once I cut the felt in half, I split it in half again, and then I cut out the shape, which I'm gonna cut out a back piece of this to seal the back in, and I'll show you guys how I cut that out. But after I cut out the piece of felt, I took this glue and I just glued this chain around the piece of felt. And now what I'm doing, I'm working with all of these beads, and I just have them in my little container over here. And what I'm doing now is I'm taking this wire, and it is this wire right here, a 27.4 gauge, and I'm taking the beads and I'm weaving the beads through the felt. And once I'm done, it's going to be completely full of beads. And just for example, this is the back so far. Okay, so I finished this part of the beads, this section so far. So I'm going to do another section and I'll let you guys see that process. Okay, so what I'm doing is taking the necklace from the back of the piece of felt. I'm looking for the opening, and I'm just taking the wire and I'm poking that wire through the felt. And this wire is really thin, so you might have to play with it for a second, but it will eventually go through because the felt isn't thick at all. And once you try to get it through and it bends up a little bit, all you have to do is straighten that wire. It is a little bit harder to get it through on the parts that has glue on it. So you want to look for a section that didn't have any glue, because the section with the glue is going to be a bit harder. So this section is a little bit hard to get through just because it's a lot of glue in this area because of the chain. So I just grabbed a safety pin. You can use any type of pin. And what I'm doing is already poking a hole with the safety pin. And then I'm going to just go back with the wire and put it through that hole. Or just make that area a bit softer so I can just get the wire through. Alright, so I got it through. And I'm just going to feed a pretty good piece through. And then I'm just going to continue to bead. So I'm just putting a bead at the end of the string, of the wire, not string. And I'm letting it go all the way down. And then I'm going to take the wire and push it through the felt again and continue this process. So I got that piece through, but you want to make sure that you pull in the wire really tight so that it's not extra wire hanging like this. You want it to be really tight. So I'm going to pull from this end, from the open end, and smoothen this part out. And now it's laid down really flat. And I'm gonna go and take all of this wire and I'm gonna cut it just with some wire cutters. And then I'm just gonna take some rounded pliers and flatten that down in the back of the felt. Because once this necklace is complete, I'm going to take another piece of felt and just close it in. And I'm just going to continue to bead. Throughout the necklace. And you want to just make sure you're pulling that through really tight. So now I have fully beaded the necklace in the red. And next I'm gonna go and add in some of the silver beads to the necklace. So I finished doing all of the beading on the necklace. I've added some of the silver beads in for accent. And then I also looped this part of the necklace at the bottom. And then on each side of the necklace, I added some jump rings. I took these jump rings, I just opened it up and then pushed it through the felt and closed it back up, because that's where I'm going to be putting some chain to finish off this necklace. So this is everything, the finished product of all of the beading. This is the front, and this is just the back of the necklace right now. And you can see where the jump rings are. So I'm going to be taking a piece of felt and cutting it out and gluing it on the back of this just to close this up so that it has a smooth closing. So I'm going to take my piece of felt and fold it in half. And I'm just going to cut that piece of felt in half on the fold. And I can use the other half for another project. And with this step, I would recommend that you go ahead and cut both pieces at the same time so that you can make sure it's the same size. I didn't do that in the beginning. I only cut one piece, because normally what I do is I'll take this piece and cut it in half again, and then just cut out the piece to start with. But since I didn't do that, I'm going to try to make sure that I'm cutting in the right size or close to the size that I need. So I'm just going to kind of measure it. It's just going to be on the back, so it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. So I'm just placing it half of the necklace on the felt, because I'm going to use that as an outline. And this is just because I didn't cut both pieces in the beginning. So I cut it like this on a fold. And this is how it looks once you open it up. And placing it on the back, it just looks like I need to cut a little bit off in some spots. So I'm just going to shape it up. And this is just so that the back is a smooth surface, because it will be laying on the chest, so you don't want all of these wires hanging on your chest. Okay, so now that's pretty even. I'm just gonna take a little bit off of this bottom. So now I have this cut pretty good. And what I'm gonna do is take my glue. This is the glue again. I wrapped it with a piece of felt because the bad thing about this glue is that it comes in like an aluminum tubing, and sometimes once you use the glue, the tubing breaks and some of the glue starts to come out. So I just wrapped it with a piece of felt to try to hold the glue in, because once the glue gets air to it, it will dry up. So I'm just going to be taking some of the glue and I'm going to go around the sides of the necklace and then a little bit in the middle, and I'm just going to take that piece of felt and lay it over the top. And once you have your glue down, you just take your piece of felt and lay it on the necklace. And you can just press it down a little bit so it can get, so it can soak up that glue a little bit, and just to make sure that it's glued down on all parts. And that's how the back of the necklace is looking. And so this glue takes a little while to dry, probably about 3 to 4 hours. I'm just gonna let it go ahead and dry overnight, and I'll get up tomorrow and finish off this necklace. So the necklace is completely dry now. And that's how it's looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this necklace off. I'm gonna be using this chain, and I went ahead and cut it already. What I do with these type of necklaces is I cut one shorter and one longer. With the shorter piece, I'm gonna put the lobster clasp on that end, And then this end, I like my necklaces to be somewhat adjustable. So on this end, I'm just gonna leave it long, and I'm gonna put the large jump ring at the end, just in case the person wants to wear it longer, but they can always hook it on any one of the loops on the chain if they want to wear it shorter. Okay, so like I said, everything is cut. What I'm gonna do is the jump ring that I already added to the necklace, I'm just gonna open it back up so that I can put the chain through, and then I'm gonna just close it back.
So I'm just using my pliers to open the loop back up. I'm just gonna take the chain and slide it into the loop.
And then close that loop back. Okay, so now that part is attached. And I had one of the loops to the chain that was open. You can use that to attach the lobster clasps, or you can get another jump ring. I'm gonna go ahead and get a smaller jump ring and open it to add the lobster clasp to the chain. So you're just gonna open that jump ring, take your last chain link, and place the clasp in there, and just close the jump ring back. And I just like to make sure that my jump rings are really closed in, because if you don't close them in all the way, sometimes things can slide under it and cause your jewelry to fall apart. So I just like to make sure it's really closed. Okay, so that is all done. So that side of the necklace is finished. And I'm gonna take the chain from the other side and do the same thing. I'm gonna open that jump ring. And just slide the last chain link in. And close that jump ring back up. And then this part is optional, but I just like to add a jump ring on the end of the necklace. Okay, so now the necklace is complete. So once you are finished, this is how it's gonna look. And I also made a matching bracelet. So this necklace it's simple to make, but it is time consuming with all of the beadwork, but it's worth it in the end. And you can take this idea and do so many different things with it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I did skip some steps in this video, so you can comment down below if you would like to see a full DIY. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.